Topic: Motion. Contents: definition of motion, causes of motion, circular motion, centripetal acceleration and force. Motion. Motion by definition is a change in the position of a body with time with respect to a reference point. Motion exists in various forms and occurs in all the three states of matter, solids, liquids and gases. These various forms are random, translational, rotational and oscillatory motion. Types of motion: random motion. Random motion is the movement of a body in a zigzag or disorderly manner with no specific direction as shown in the diagram below. Some examples of this kind of motion are the motion of dust particles in the air, the motion of smoke particles, the motion of butterfly etc. Random motion, translational motion. This is motion performed by a body in a straight line from point P to another point Q. If you walk from one end of the classroom to the other, you have performed translational motion. Translational motion can also be called rectilinear motion. Another example of translational motion is the dropping of a fruit from a tree to the ground. A car moving in one direction. Translational motion, rotational motion. When a body moves in a circular path about an axis, it has performed rotational motion. In other words, rotational motion is the motion a body performs in a circular path about an axis. The rotation of the blades of a fan, the rotation of a wheel about an axis, the rotation of the earth about its axis, the motion of a moving vehicle wheel are all examples of rotational motion. Rotational motion, oscillatory motion. This is the motion of a body in a to and fro manner about a fixed point. When a body moves to and fro about a fixed point, we say, the body is oscillating. One complete oscillation is a circle. Examples of oscillatory motion include, the motion of the balanced wheel of a wristwatch, the motion of a simple pendulum, the motion of a loaded test tube inside water, etc. Simple pendulum. Note, it is possible for a body to perform two types of motion at the same time. For example, a rolling football performs both rotational and translational motion at the same time. Relative motion. If two bodies, A and B, are moving on a straight line, the velocity of A relative to B is found by adding the velocity of B revered to the velocity of A. For instance, if a car traveling on a straight road at 100 km per hour passes a bus going in the same direction at 60 km per hour, the velocity of the car relative to the bus is 60 plus 100 equals 40 km per hour. If the car and the bus are traveling in opposite direction with the same velocities of 100 km/h and 60 km per hour respectively, the velocity of the car relative to the bus is minus 60 plus 100 equals 60 plus 100 equals 160 km per hour. NB, when the velocities are not in the same straight line, the parallelogram's law should be used to add this, since velocities are vectors, and their magnitudes and direction must be taken into consideration. Causes of motion. All objects will continue in their state of rest unless acted upon by force. Only the application of a force can cause visible motion. Hence, force causes motion. There are two types of force: contact force, field force. Contact force, they are forces that are in contact with the body they affect, for example tension, reaction, frictional forces, forces of pull and push, viscous force etc. Field force, they are forces whose sources do not require contact but the effect of such forces is felt in a field of the force, for example electrical force, magnetic, gravitational pull etc. A pull or push will make the object to move to point B from point A. This means that force is a vector quantity because it has both magnitude and direction.